Anytime you're reacting outside of yourself to people, places, things, you become victim to the circumstances, to that person or situation, and they've taken your power. As we release ourselves from those loops, from those addictions, we become neutral, and then we are no longer reacting, we're responding to the outside world. The moment we react is something, our power's gone. So we want to get to a place where we become neutral. We're no longer reacting to what's happening outside of us. And that's the number one thing to breaking these addiction loops, these energetic loops that are taking our energy. Step 4 is to release old identities. You cannot enter a new reality by carrying an outdated identity. So you want to ask yourself, what identity am I clinging to keep myself safe? Who do I believe I am? And is that aligned to my future? I love this practice. I did this at a seminar, but I highly recommend this. It's the only way to really get to belief systems, because beliefs control your thought, which controls your emotions, which controls your action. So if I believe, I'm not good enough for a job, then that is going to make me feel a certain way, make me think a certain way, and then maybe not even go on the job interview. So it's all connects in with belief. So when we can understand what the belief is that's controlling us, then we have the ability to shift it. So go ahead and take a sheet of paper and you want to write down all your beliefs. Let's just take, for instance, one section of your life, relationships, okay? And you can know which area you need to fine tune or all areas that you need to fine tune. And we all need to do this, right? Because these belief systems we've adopted from what I call preachers, teachers, and parents, right? Our society programming. You want to get clear in relationships. Oh, men suck. Relationships never work out. They always cheat. So you write down all these beliefs that you believe, good, bad, ugly, whatever. And then on the other half of the sheet, well, first you want to go through and say, is this true? Go through each one. Realize, no, this is a belief system that I adopted from what I saw my parent or a loved one or society, culturally, whatever I accepted. And now we want to reprogram. So we want to look at on the other side of the paper, and you don't have to go through each one if you don't want, but just create a new belief. Because how it works is our brain is neuroplastic, which means that we have a lot of roadways for negative thinking, right? Life sucks, right? And so if I believe that, that's an unconscious belief, but I am like, oh no, life's amazing, and I think that, but unconsciously I know life sucks and my life sucks. Well, I'm going to get the unconscious belief. That is where we have to reprogram. So if there's something that's in your life that you want and you don't have it and you're conflicted about it, it's because you have a subconscious belief. They're holding you back and keeping you there in that old reality, in that old timeline, right? So we have to shift that version of you by creating a new belief, and then we have to create a new roadway by repeating that consistently, that new belief. Relationships can be magical. Relationships are amazing. And whatever it is you want to install as a new belief, and you have evidence backing that old belief, and that is constantly getting new evidence to confirm that belief, but we have to create a new belief and then new evidence to come in to back that belief. Because as soon as you create a new belief and you consistently believe that, then you will have evidence to back that. Why? Because there is no external reality. It's all happening in here. We have to do the inner work. If we're not doing the inner work, we're spiritually bypassing, and we're not going to be creating our reality. We're just a victim to our reality, and we're going with whatever shows up in our reality. But we are creators, so we can create whatever we want in our reality. The problem is we're most likely unconsciously creating, and every minute we're unconsciously creating, right? So we want to be creating consciously, and that means going into each area of your life and really writing down what are those beliefs, because that's controlling subconsciously everything that you have and why you have it. Step 5 is emit a new vibration. This is not just about thinking a new thought or about positive thinking. It's about becoming a new frequency, a new vibration. You can create a new reality based on how you feel, move, and choose. So you want to ask yourself, how does this most aligned, amazing version of me, how do they carry themselves? What energy do they walk in the room with? How do they respond to conflict? How do they create amazing relationships, right? You want to ask these questions. Why? Because you want to feel as if. We have to create that new vibration, and it's not going to be by faking it. It's an embodiment, and that's the shift in vibration. So they're going to speak with certainty and clarity. They're going to walk grounded, openly, magnetic. and you're gonna make decisions as if you're already that version. So you don't have to wait to feel worthy. You feel worthy now and then come. And by the way, money comes when based on your worthiness. That's the key that most people are missing with money. If they don't feel worthy, they're not gonna receive a lot of money. So as we decide we're gonna be worthy, we're calling in that new vibration. We don't have to wait for it. Step 6 is to align your energy body. So I want you to think of your body as a portal. So a lot of times with the light work and the things that's missed is that our body is not part of it. If your body is distorted, disconnected, or feeling overwhelmed, you're gonna reject the shift. Alignment is preparing your body to receive. So this is through doing some deeper work, okay? This can be through meditation. That's my number one way. Through movement, through grounding, going outside with your shoes on, breath work, energetic body work, but coming into the energy body, because the body holds the blueprint of your reality. And if your mind says, I'm ready, but your field in your body is still holding fear, guilt, or shame, nothing's gonna move. The signal gets scrambled. This is not something you have to go spend a lot of money on. You can literally just set the intention that you're aligning your energy body. By setting an intention, I call back my power from all people, places, and things in this dimension, all dimensions. Setting the intention to cut the cords and attachments from others. Want to clear out the old through breath work or sound. This is all accessible through YouTube. It's so amazing in this day and age what we have access to. Doing visualizations where you're seeing yourself releasing all that stored old stuff, old emotions. Next, you want to open your channel. You want to activate your chakras, especially the heart, because it's a portal to accessing other dimensions. And that helps you to connect to your power and your purpose. I recently went to a week-long meditation seminar. And one of the things that I knew after the 7 days of, doing like 8 hours of meditation a day was that we are moving out of the frequency of mind, control, separation, all of that mind-based linear thinking into a higher vibration of the heart, of compassion, of love, of intuition. And that requires us connecting back into our body because our intuition lives in our body. So I have a whole chakra series that you can check out, and it goes through each chakra, but we want to align each chakra, and it's just through using breath and movement and being aware of that. And that's going to help you anchor in this new frequency. So you want to lock in that new frequency, but your body must match that outcome. When the field is aligned, the universe will operate, but your mind is not separate from your body, so you have to include the body. Step 7 is taking aligned action or inspired action. So when you emit this new frequency, this new vibration consistently, the universe will reflect it through inspired nudges, give you a little nod, right? Urges, following the inspiration, and synchronicity. You're gonna see breadcrumbs and you're just gonna follow those. I'm feeling called to watch this video on YouTube. Yep, you got aligned with this. So that means you're already on the way. Or other things that maybe you're see a book on a shelf or have a conversation with someone. But belief is that I trust that I'm being guided by the universe. I trust that I'm part of a larger field. Some people call God, unified field, source, whatever it is you want to call it. It's an energy that we're all connected to that is fueling our soul. And if you can trust that and move with trust, then you're going to move in aligned action. No matter how small the step is, you want to follow those yeses. You want to follow that energy because you are getting led to that for a reason. There's nothing out of order. Just from doing so many readings, I've just understood that like everything is aligned. Every challenge they're up against, everything that happens for them, every choice, everything's aligned. Whether your ego self likes it or not because your life is falling apart, or that your soul is aligning you for the lessons that you came here to learn. A lot of that stuff is not the ego doesn't like these things, but it's beyond the mind. It goes beyond. Step 8 is to repeat the process. Remember, consistency is the secret. Quantum shifts don't just happen once. They happen through consistency and devotion. So when you fear or doubt or contraction shows up, you return again and again to the new frequency. What do you want to create? I'm a magnet for miracles, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. You are just remembering your power. And quantum jumping isn't magic. It's just alignment with that version of you that already exists. Remember, 98.9 radio station already exists. You're just tuning into that. So choose it, anchor it, embody it, and continue to repeat it. So just drop in the comments if you're ready to align your energy and emit the new frequency. And tell me which version of you you're stepping into right here, right now.